couple years ago, he attended White Knoll High School. He didn't graduate. It was quiet here on Friday as students are on summer break, but Roof's former classmates described him as a loner who experimented with drugs and would sometimes tell racist jokes. One friend said he wanted, quote, civil war with African Americans. Joseph Meeks, his friend, had mixed emotions.
I'm speechless. I don't really know. It hit me hard, you know. Seeing the best friend on there that you've known for 7 years and do something like this. He wanted segregation. He wanted it to be white with white and black with black, and that he didn't believe in what the black race was doing to the white race.
Let's not mince words here or pretend to be straddling any legal or politically correct fence. Dylann Roof may be called the alleged killer of 9 people in a South Carolina church, but there's nothing alleged about it. He did it, confessed to it, owned up to it, and no amount of lawyering up will change the facts. This is a dedicated, thoughtful, and cunning butcher with not a whit of decency in his bones. Now we find ourselves needing to understand what drove him to this wilding. And already, if we listen closely, one of the driving forces behind this mass killing is so crystal clear, yet we once again find ourselves unwilling to come to grips with what it means for America.
Roth sat in Bible study with church members for an hour before opening fire. He spared at least one woman's life. He said, quote, so you can tell them what happened.
There was some premeditation, some pre-planning, clearly, on his part. There are a lot of reasons why he may have delayed his activities. He could have been enjoying the moment. He could have been waiting for the right opportunity.
The FBI is now investigating whether he's affiliated with any hate groups. His social media profile shows a stone-faced Roth outfitted in a jacket bearing 2 flags of apartheid-era South Africa and nearby Rhodesia.
This is obviously a young man who's angry.
There's a sickness in America, one that we all too often seek to, for some reason, sweep under the societal rug as quickly as possible to avoid it seeing the light of day. And at a time when we're daily bombarded with a screaming segment of the population warning us about how quickly and efficiently groups like ISIS are on the march and will kill us where we sleep, why then are we never paying enough attention to the terrorism already in this nation? The vermin brainwashing kids and adults to rise up and kill whenever possible. The sick and twisted portion of our society that's right there, straight up in our face, every single day, that is doing more to tear America apart than any lone wolf ISIS lemming lurking in the shadows.
We're racist. White power.
He's the new face of hate.
Our generation is primed for this revolution.
And now he's going on a cross-country trip, spreading his message.
I see the cataclysmic end to this empire is fast approaching.
Think that's all ancient history?
They deserve a short drop with a tight rope around their neck.
Think again.
Do you consider yourself a racist?
Sure. So what? I call it natural.
Being a racist is natural.
Loving one's people is natural.
Yes, Matt loves his people, and he loves his country, too. You see, for him, this land is his land.
I would say that my ancestors' sacrifices for this soil have made it mine to a certain extent.
But every American can make that claim. There are blacks, Hispanics, Muslims who shed blood for this nation. So that's not unique to white people.
I would say this nation's founding.
No, that's not debatable, the point I just made. That is fact.
White supremacists are not, as some might have us believe, a far-flung group of nutjobs who exist in tiny little pockets in the South or Southwest. They are not on the run. They are not losing strength, if anything, gaining more power every single day. They don't wear religious mandated headgear in public. They don't take their women out in the open to flog them. And they don't need to cross the Mexican border one by one while supposedly training in some backwater camps on the southern side of the border. The ones we hear so much about from the whack jobs, but the existence of which is laughable in the eyes of any real solid intelligence. White supremacists do not stand for America. They don't stand for justice. They don't stand for what this nation was created on or for. They are the Looney Tune dangerous fringe that is turning more heads every day. So why don't we stop wasting our time on phantom terrorists and start focusing on the real homegrown terror that lives and works in our midst every day and very likely is just a few degrees of separation from everyone within the sound of my voice? That's my opinion, telling it like it is. Rock on, true believers. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow right back here on the fastest 60 minutes in news, The Hard Line.